Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chrissy Seaton. Now, in response to some past and more recent emails I've had requesting I do a little bit more about head covering and some different approaches and styles. So in response to those people, that is what I'm going to make an effort to do some head covering videos more frequently. So most of you will know, just recently I did one and I covered things such as, 4 points I considered was colours, the style, functionality, like where am I going, what am I doing today, and of course, based on that, how stable is this head covering going to be for the function or the functionality of my day. So let's get on with it. I'm going to just today use my all-time favourite, my classic style that I go to for most occasions. And it is something I'm used to doing. It's easy for me. I feel comfortable. It feels natural. And I can do whatever I like with it to make it pretty or fancy or whatever. So here goes. Now, underneath I have my non-slip headband and I have my hair done up in a bun. I've got plenty of hair, wild hair there. And so that's up on top of my head in a scrunchie. Now, I have a scarf that I have chosen that goes with the outfit I'm wearing today, which I think, I don't know what you'd call this, perhaps it's watermelon. So this is sort of a good colour and it's got all those matching contrasting colours, bright colours in it. So the first thing I do, it's a long rectangle. I fold down a flap. Again, this will depend on the size of your head and how much hair you've got. You will manage this yourself. Now, I'm using the camera as my mirror. So now I have this over my ears like that. You may like to do it behind your ears. Now, at the back, I scrunch all that up, that excess stuff. I scrunch it up. Now, some people tie a knot, which you can do. I generally cross mine over. It's just less bulk on the back of my neck, more comfortable, and I'm just more comfortable doing that. Now, the next thing I do is those fold over bits. Sometimes I might increase the width of that. It just depends. So these will then be, when you bring these long tails back, these ones will be the shortest tails. These two, I call them the front tails. You may think of something else. And just check that they're reasonably even. And now I'm just going to do a foundation wrap here, okay, which you've probably all learnt and mastered. But here we go. I will just do that and keep talking. So the foundation wrap, you can modify this incidentally yourself. Now, again, I'm sort of looking at my camera, so I've got a little bit of distortion there. Now, you can wind it that way or you can wind it that way if you like. I'll do it this way just for a change. And then when you get around here, you've got a few fringy bits which you might have to just cover up. I just do it sort of like that. You'll get used to it. And then you have a pocket here. That's this first wrap has created a pocket. So you bring those bits there and you tuck it in that pocket like that. Now, I know you've all probably seen this before and most of you probably know how to do it, but just for the benefit of those who aren't familiar, we'll start from scratch. Now, I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to gather this up, fold it over a bit. Look, it doesn't matter that much how you fold it over, as long as you've got it in a workable sort of presentation for you. Then I come back over like that. You can, again, if I was in front of a mirror, I'd have a little bit more clarity. And then I just make sure I haven't got any of those wrinkly, fringy bits sticking out there, if I don't want them. And then I come over that ear again, or you can go behind if you want to. And now I'm coming around the back here. I'm going to wrap that bit there so that I've covered those frilly fringy bits, and that's the pocket I'm going to put that into. Now I can pretty much put these on without even a mirror, but of course there's no escaping the fact that you could leave a little string out or something. So there's the foundation wrap, which you can stop there if you want to. If you were just hanging around the house and you wanted to do it like, that's fine. That's fairly stable. You would never think that, but that, and of course this isn't like a silky scarf either. That's a whole different matter because they will slip and slide all over the place. Now, my classic wrap then is a contrasting scarf, long rectangle I've got here. This is a purple. Purple is a universal colour. It goes with absolutely everything. It's a bit like black and white. It's one of those colours that'll tone in with greens, reds, blues, pinks, anything. So what I've done now, I've actually folded that, kind of the two ends, the long ends into the centre. See there? See here? Like that. Fold that over so you've kind of wrap that scarf in 4 sections, and then just start doing a fold like that. Wrap a coil or whatever, how tight or loose you want it is up to you, and that will depend also on how thick this is. This is like a medium thick pashmina, I would say. So now this is just my classic style. Now, I then just start like this, and I come around, then I check and come again. I don't have a mirror, so you'll have to forgive me if I've got a little bit of unevenness. I do the same thing again, and normally I would then tuck this in. Leave that out, a little bit of a tassel, and then I tuck this in here. And I'll do that just to show you. I'm tucking that in behind there. Hopefully that has... Now, normally that would be stable enough for me. I wouldn't bother doing anything else with it. But let's just assume that you're a little bit afraid it might pop out. You can take the hijab pin and you could just stick it in there and underneath. Don't pierce your head. Just stick it in there somewhere. There we go. And probably not even see the head of the pin if you were lucky. And now I've got this here, which I could do a lot with this. This is my classic, basic, go-to all-time head covering I use, because I have a lot of options that I can do with this. I can make them glamorous, or it can just be everyday. Now, I can just catch that like that with that's a hair clip, multicoloured hair clip, something like that. I could just catch that like that. Or I could use, this is another hair clip. You can raid your granddaughter's hair clips or something. Buy them cheap. That's another one. Now, that's nice because it kind of contrasts with the colour of the scarf and blends in. And then you just go around and just check that everything is okay. Now, that is my classic, how shall I say, go-to style for just about everything. And I can formalize that because I could use sparkly, glittery type wraps. You can use these sort of little lovely little butterfly grabs that you can hold. This is a bit small for that thickness, but there's lots of little ornaments you can get to put on your scarves and hold them in place apart from normal pins. Now we've got the classic wrap up. Now the other thing, so first of all, I've now accomplished the fact that I've got my colours are kind of coordinating, that how I would like them to coordinate. I'm using my classic functional style that I, as Chrissy, prefer. How I just can do this basically without a mirror, Nelly, if I had to. It's stable. It stays on through thick and thin, and so this is what I would go to whenever I'm in doubt. This is the style I go to. Now, sometimes when at home, I just use one scarf and I wear it like a veil. I'll do that one day, but it wouldn't be something that veil style would not be something I would go out on a windy day or when I'm going to pick up kids or something, because it's going to be all over the place. But this I know is not going to move. That's it. Now, I wear, for instance, when I fly to Israel, which I haven't been able to for ages, I can wear this classic style and sleep the entire flight and waken and just, okay, it's still there, it's in place, that's close enough, and it hasn't moved. So that's why I use this style for any occasion, especially if I'm unsure of what's going to develop. I know it's going to meet all the criteria of stability, functionality, etc. And I've picked my colours. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about now is you developing your own classic style, which you may already have. And so all I'm talking about is still going to be of benefit to you. There are other occasions that you may have to consider. Apart from your own classic style, then what about if you go to work? Can you still wear your own classic sort of style? And I'll just quote from my example from my life. In the latter years when I was nursing, I was teaching, etc., and I would cover my hair in this classic style. I wouldn't have that hanging out. I'd have that tied in somewhere. And I would, whatever the scrubs were coloured, I would kind of coordinate or not have, I'd use conservative sort of colours to tone in with what the colour of the scrubs was I was wearing. And I wouldn't usually have any ornaments on it. Of course, I would tuck everything in so that it was, how shall I say, functional. I had nothing that would dangle or fly anywhere. Now, you may be able to do that where your work is. You may work in a place where you have a uniform, but you might be able to wear your head covering, which you would probably tone the colours to go in with, so that they didn't clash with what your uniform was, and dispense with the ornaments and things like that in the scarves. So or you may be able to wear whatever you like, because you may wear street clothes to work, and so therefore you've got a fair bit of how shall I say, movement in how you apply your head coverings, etc. So, having said all that, we've now covered quite a few things in relation to head covering. Now, the practicalities are that you have to be comfortable. It has to be easy to apply, some style that is easy for you to do, that you're comfortable in, that you can wear to any occasion by adding some things that are glamorous, if it's a glamorous occasion, or toning it down if you just want to go to work. So I know when women start covering their hair, they're sort of all over the place because first of all, they're not sure whether they like it or, oh no, I had to keep feeling it and pushing it on all day. So these are things you sit down with and experiment at home with, and then you'll arise at something that you're comfortable with first of all and suits you and that's easy to apply, and therefore it's, it's an easy process for you to go through. So, and if you're going on a glamorous occasion, I'll do one where we'll do a glamorous sort of a headpiece. It's not that hard to make them glamorous, just a few little things here and there and a bit of sparkle, and it looks absolutely wonderful. And the beauty of it is you don't have to worry about the hairstyle underneath. So there's lots of benefits and lots of reasons why women cover their hair, and we should embrace those who do cover their hair and for whatever reason, and it's your femininity then speaks through how you cover your hair, and you haven't lost anything. Your personality and everything is still there, and you can still be glamorous whether you're going through chemo or whether you just simply choose to cover your hair for whatever reason there is. So cover your hair, be glamorous, be happy, smile. You are special, you are a woman, and you choose to cover your head. In the meantime, thank you for all your comments. Thank you for being a subscriber. If you're not already a subscriber, don't forget. And I'll see you next time. In the meantime, please take care and God bless.